Rule of law means we're all equal in front of the law.
When everybody is free to say what they want. Justice?
The rule of law is holding people accountable to the law.
But the law must emanate from the people. Look, the law lives in the consciousness of the people. If you don't have that, you don't have law.
In countries where the rule of law is absent, ordinary people do not have access to the justice system. Imagine you're walking down the street and you're suddenly approached by plainclothes police officers from a secret security agency. You're taken to a prison, you're tortured, you're abused, you're held without any legal grounds, and you have just simply disappeared.
The rule of law emanates from the people of a nation. Yet there are countries where the rule of law is not a common practice.
Without the rule of law, you have a nation where its citizens' fundamental rights and well-being are not protected.
The United States Institute of Peace believes that rule of law is the lifeblood of a society.
One example of how we bring in voices of the people into the process is through Justice and Security Dialogue, where we bring citizens, government, police, and others together to build trust, identify the rule of law challenges, and come up together with joint solutions and strategies.
The rule of law is more than about one person, or even groups of people. The rule of law is a process, but once constructed, can be enduring.
What we're seeing in the world is people's demand for a voice in decisions that affect their lives. For a society that provides justice, security, and accountability for everyone. In other words, a society that abides by the rule of law.